Welcome back to CentralValleyTalk.com with Mike Briggs and Athena. I'm Athena. Mike somewhere, I don't know, maybe he's gallivanting on a horse or something like Prince Charming. Guy Adams is here, and I'm reading all about horse therapy, this is awesome. The Heart of the Horse Therapy Ranch. You can check that out. Check out the website. I don't know if he posts videos. We'll ask him here in a second. heartofthehorseranch.org. Welcome, Guy Adams. This is really cool. You were just showing me all these videos off the air of kids that either have brain damage or brain tumors or something like that, and they ride the horses and learn motor skills?
Yeah, motor skills. We've had children that have never spoken in their life speak words.
Wow.
We've had a 19-year-old take her first 5 steps at our ranch.
Oh my God.
We're just blessed to see stuff like that. Not every day, but on occasion we do. We just had a 13-year-old who had drowned as a young child and as a baby.
Like brain damage.
Had brain damage and
lost some oxygen.
Well, it more affected his body, almost like cerebral palsy, and he never crawled, so his hips never went into socket. Within a 6-month period, we had his hips in socket, just by moving the stirrups on the saddle and changing things. And we have doctors as advisors and stuff from Children's where we do on-site therapy.
Yeah.
So we're not doing this willy-nilly, and our horses are ex-professional horses, so they've been there, done that.
Yeah.
So we're able to teach them to come, stop, move to the side. So a child, once they start to learn how to control the horse in their own way, the horse starts to learn what that child's asking.
Wow.
And they can ride in the round pen on their own.
Wow, that's amazing. And you were just showing me this one kid was like, he was lifting up, being able to lift up your left and your right hand and kind of work the coordination like that.
He doesn't know left brain from right brain anymore.
Right,
so what we do is we prompt him to lift his right arm. We'll tap on it and show him the arm we want to lift. And you'll see him trying to get it, and the other arm's moving, and all of a sudden, bam, that arm comes up, and he tells the horse to go.
Wow, this is amazing. So if anybody has kids that were brain damaged, maybe that are paralyzed, can you do that too?
We have.
Because I see someone in a wheelchair.
Yes,
that's why I was asking.
We have special saddles that they strap in with shoulder straps and such, in a moment's notice, we can pull 2 pins and take them off the saddle.
Wow.
So they're not totally strapped in.
Right. I was wondering
a lot
how
of
that
design
would
went into these saddles that we have. We take every precaution we can. Horses can be dangerous, but a horse can also be very loving and very therapeutic.
I mean, this is awesome. And there's some kids with Down syndrome also, it looks like. And you're partnering up with Break the Barriers, the Down Syndrome Association of Central California.
Like I said, we do on-site
Cancer patients?
therapy. Cancer, yes. If you look here at this picture, that young lady has cancer. You'll notice in her hand she has her, she's connected to her feeding tube and stuff.
Oh, that's
and yet
what
she's
that
on a
is.
horse, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's at Children's. And then we work directly with the VA hospital, with veterans coming back with post-traumatic stress and brain trauma and missing limbs. Right here is a group of veterans.
You know what? I just read a book. I don't even. It should be on the bestsellers list. It was amazing. It's about a woman that gets hooked onto OxyContin and all these drugs, and she ends up in rehab.
Whoa.
Sorry, my phone never rings. I swear. We'll just.
Let me check.
I don't know where it is. My phone never rings,
Hello?
and the one time that
not
it rings. The one time that it rings, we have to be on the air. I have to let it ring because I have no idea where it is. Anyway, so this woman's on OxyContin and other drugs, and she ends up in rehab. And horse therapy is huge with rehab.
Let me tell you,
drug rehab.
One of the things we want to do, and if there's anybody out there that knows who owns this building, is the old Dan Gamble building. We'd love to take that, make that into a horse therapy place, and then also do where we can do drug rehab. We can work with veterans. We could do a lot more with that building and use the other facilities as classrooms for working with at-risk youth. We have veterans that want to give back. It's just a matter of being able to make that happen.
Yeah, because it's. I think, didn't it turn out to be like another gym, and then that didn't work out, so it's like an empty building now, right?
Well, it's an empty building over off of...
Blackstone and Herndonish.
Oh, no, this is off of West and I'm sorry, off of Shaw and West out in that area.
Oh, okay,
The
cool.
old Dan Gamble Camp America.
Yeah.
Brawley.
Oh, now
Brawley.
I know.
There you
Now
go.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Because we're
Yeah,
talking
so it was a Kmart.
we're
It's
talking
huge.
a lot of land. Now I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
But
That would
with
be
something
really
like that,
cool.
we could get kids back into the arts, whether it be music or, a program where we could take the men and women from this area, including veterans, and let them work with these at-risk youth and show them that there's life. Don't be pigeonholed. I grew up in the gangs in East San Jose, believe it or not.
Wow.
I've been stabbed 3 times in the back. I've been shot in the leg. I've had my appendix severed. I had an eyeball tore out of my head. I grew up in an all Chicano neighborhood, and
Oh my God!
I was the token
You've
white
been through
guy,
it
and
all.
oh yeah, it was a lovely time.
What? Wow. So how did you find horse therapy?
I
because
actually
of the
started.
things that you've been through?
Yes, a couple times when I was locked up, I went through horse therapy, but it wasn't horse therapy at the time. It was just being able to hang out with horses.
Yeah.
And then my grandfather.
Were you like at a camp or something like that?
Well, if you want to call it a camp,
because
you can.
you said locked up, so there's like jail, but then there's like
Yeah, con college,
they
exactly.
send you
right.
out to work camp, so it's kind of like a privilege.
Oh yeah.
Privilege.
So I learned that way, and then lo and behold, I never lived at home in high school. I met this gal, and we started going out, and she had horses, and I just took a picture of her and I in high school, and matched it up next to a picture of her and I going down the trail about 2 months ago, holding hands on horses.
Oh.
And then I also have one of 25 years ago with the same hat, and I put us side by side again and put same old hat, same old lady. She made me take the old lady
that's
part off.
awesome. Yeah, don't put down old lady.
We've been together 34 years now.
That's amazing, Guy. Tell me, okay, I understand how you would work with people, kids with cancer and the brain damaged kids and stuff. How would like someone like you, when you were at risk, like gang related and people that were on drugs, like is horse therapy just to make them feel better or feel like they're caring for something else?
I'll tell you what, there's so many different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Each individual is different. We could take somebody who's just hard as nails and wants to bust the balls of everybody in the world and match them with a horse that's just as bad.
Yeah,
and
true.
teach them to collect their emotions to get the horse to collect his emotions.
Yeah.
We team them up, and we do this with some of the vets with post-traumatic stress.
Right.
Now, a psychologist can take them and equate exactly what they learned at our ranch to their everyday life. And when it comes to taking care of their wives, their girlfriends, their kids, and hopefully it's not a guy with a wife and a girlfriend, but no.
Hey,
Anyways,
that can happen too.
Their kids. And
just don't take them horseback riding
That's
to
right.
the same place.
And, finding a job and keeping it. There's so many different ways that a horse can help somebody with special needs. And I don't mean, when people say special needs, right away they're thinking autistic, Down syndrome.
Yeah.
There's a lot of needs that are mental health that are pretty special.
Yeah.
And with the horse, we're able to do a lot with that. We took a young lady, I won't say what happened to her, but it was horrible. From a group of men, we'll just go that far.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And she was
she's probably really messed up.
Well, she thought she was tough as nails and found out she wasn't.
Right.
And we just let her sit there with a horse one day. And she was petting on him, loving on him. We all walked away. And good 10 minutes later, we could see her over there. She was just losing it. And this horse had nuzzled his head down in her armpit and was loving her back.
That is so cool.
They're like a dog. We had a child up on the horse. I say child, he was about 22 years old, and we have sidewalkers. And this guy looks totally normal, but he's not because of brain injuries. And all of a sudden, the horse stopped, and the girls are trying to get the horse to go. Another girl taps and says, "Well, this horse won't go." And I just said, "Have you looked up at your rider?" And she says, "Yeah, I've been watching him the whole time." And within a millisecond, she says, "Oh my goodness," his eyes just rolled back. Oh. This horse, an American Mustang who ran her first year and a half of life in the Nevada deserts, caught that.
Yeah.
And
that
a
is
full 30
amazing.
seconds in advance, before any of us noticed, this kid was about to have a seizure.
Wow.
And we're prepared for all that.
Yes,
we
exactly.
take precautions.
Especially with the brain injured kids.
Yeah, we've never had anybody fall off of one of our horses. No one's ever been kicked. We have 27 horses altogether.
27?
Yes, ma'am. We supply Reedley College with horses for their competition squad. You know, my personal horse was there last year, and with a girl from UCLA, won a reigning championship.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
and this is a therapy horse.
Yes.
You know, this is not a horse that.
Not a race.
Yeah.
Not. I'm going to go to the big Fresno Fair and watch the horse races. I almost feel
Now, I
guilty.
got to tell you about this. No, don't. See,
Okay. I thought you might be against it, running a horse therapy ranch.
We received a horse that breathed through a trach hole from a very storied ranch in Kentucky called Tailor Made Ranch. See, that 50 years old and my mind wasn't kicking in. Anyways, she was bred to the world's top junior stud, Old Fashioned, owned by the Old Fashioned Whiskey Company.
Yeah.
And Old Fashioned, as a 1-year-old, sold for $880,000. So they thought they would bless us with this horse that they could only sell for about $60,000. That was worth, a few $100,000 bred to this horse. Well, now we have the Rocket, as we call him, and we're getting ready to start a 3-part children's book. One is going to be his first year of life, which he's already lived at the ranch. His mama died when he was 2 months old. He's grown up this first year with another orphan named Ace, and they both have quite the story.
Wow.
We're going to see if we can get one of the local race guys. I won't say his name, but I'm going to be begging and pleading with him to campaign this horse, and we want to sell 49% of them for a minimum of $250,000.
Wow.
And help
luck.
us pay for this ranch.
Well, good luck, Guy. This place sounds awesome. If my son, he's not brain damaged, although sometimes I think, I don't know what's going on with this boy. Can any kid come here and do this?
No, they have to have a special
okay, they
problem.
do have to have a special problem.
That's all we do is work in one other thing. We have one paid employee. She makes $16,000 a year.
Wow.
So if you donate to us, you know exactly where your money's going.
Exactly.
We have the horses; they're all taken care of. We have rescue horses. We don't charge 88% of the kids, and no veteran ever has to charge us.
Oh,
We have a suggested 150 for 8 sessions, where other people that do what we do, it's 250 a session.
I know, it's a lot.
It's very expensive.
So yours is 150
for 8 sessions.
For 8 sessions.
Yes.
8 session suggestion.
A suggested donation. Yeah, if you don't have it, you don't pay us a dime.
The Heart of the Ranch Therapy, the Heart of the Horse Therapy Ranch, heartofthehorseranch.org, the number 297-7100. Thank you so much,
You're
Guy.
welcome.
You're
Thank
awesome.
you for having me.
Check it out. I would suggest you check it out if you know of a veteran, Down syndrome, with special needs. Check out Guy and the Heart of the Horse Therapy Ranch. Well, grab Mike, and we got to talk about Joan Rivers, and definitely remember her because she was one of the greatest. Coming up next on CentralValleyTalk.com.